Alright. About to get started shortly. My bad. I need to change some of my shortcuts. Let me just get off the screen. Don't need it anymore. We'll be starting shortly. I hope everyone's had a great weekend. Switch that over to there. Let me get my zoom up. Alright, think everything should be good. Let me unmute myself. Ooh, almost made a mistake there. Just in case anybody... Ooh, excuse me. No. Okay. Let's go ahead and get things started, y'all.
This meeting is being recorded.
Good evening, everybody. You know why I'm here. Thank you for checking out another one of my weekly Forex and cryptocurrency analysis. I appreciate it. It's your boy, ABK. So let's go ahead and get started with some fundamental analysis real quick. Just looking over the news that's going to be happening over the weekend. Now, as I say every week, I am not a fundamental analysis trader, but I'm not a fundamental analysis trader by any means necessary. I am a technical analysis trader, but I do like to check out the news just so that I could be able to get a feel of, there's news at this time. You might want to watch out for any type of volatility or any type of sudden movements in the market. So that's the reason why I look over the news. So first and foremost, we have Tuesday, 7:30 a.m. US dollar CPI. So that's something you want to watch for. Tuesday morning, 9 p.m. NZD rate statement. That's another high impact news event. There's a lot of high impact news events this week. Wednesday, USD PPI, 7:30 a.m. Canadian dollar, BOC rate statement and policy report. You want to watch for that press conference at 10 a.m. That's where you will be able to get a better understanding of what they are speaking on. Or so we would want to watch for any of those type of news, or if you have access to watch it, you can. 11 a.m. Fed Chairman Powell testifies. Lord knows about what, because I don't pay attention to that stuff. 8:30 p.m. Australian dollar unemployment rate and employment change. 9 p.m. I do not trade this pair, so what pair is it again? I think it's a Chinese yen. I don't trade that pair, so I don't really care about that. Thursday, 8:30 a.m. we do have another testifying, so just gonna watch for that. New Zealand dollar, 5:45 p.m. Thursday. CPI and JPY, they have BOJ outlook reports. And Friday, 7:30 a.m. USD core retail sales and retail sales. So there is a lot of USD news this week. So you definitely want to watch for all of that for any type of sudden movements. So let's go on over to the charts real quick, right? And let's go on over to the DXY first and foremost. And I'm probably going to just end up giving a fresh chart outlook. I just want to give you guys a quick look of what it looks like right now. I've had this kind of same setup for about a couple of weeks now. I'm going to go ahead and do a fresh markup. So just a bunch of what I want to see. Price push down and push up. But I'm going to delete all this. I was supposed to do it last week because it was a fresh month. And I totally forgot that it was a new month. So that's funny to me. So since I didn't do a monthly look at the US dollar, just wanted to come and take a look at right now. So bullish engulfing candle. I like seeing that against these two candles. So I do still want to see price retrace, saying on the weekly time frame. I was saying that the possibility of price coming down, from that low from this low to this high, for price to come down on over to like the likes of 90.502. Let me actually get rid of this line real quick. Where is it? There we go. So, actually, let me do something. I am so sorry, guys. I forgot all about this. I am so sorry. I keep forgetting that my mouse was not showing. So, that made it a lot of harder for people to track what I was doing. I really do apologize for that. So, anyways, like I was saying, I want to see price come from the 89.531 to I did want to say that I did say that I wanted to see something like this potentially happen where price comes all the way down here. Let me change this real quick to a potential buy box all the way down in between 90.811 to 90.248. However, and before I even go on to the lower time frame, I like seeing this weekly candle. I know you guys remember on during the week I was saying as long as price holds at that supply zone that I had written off, then we should be fine. So this is basically what I'm looking at on the weekly time frame type of thing. I mean, higher highs haven't been made on the weekly, so that's another thing that I want to watch out for. Daily time frame, price had just been a little bit choppy, basically consolidating all of last week, so it wasn't really that much of a good market to play in. I know I took some losses on Euro USD because I had mentioned about it, and I'll talk about the loss that I took. So again, USD, I mean the DXY, I kind of want to see it push to the downside, but when I'm seeing, first of all, let me push this up all the way over here, and put back down my supply zone that I had drawn out. Okay, so as we can see here, prices in this area, whereas came and rejected. This is the supply zone I was talking about, and I wanted to see price reject off of here. But now my thing is that I know that there's a gap here, and what usually happens with gaps in the market? Gaps in the market, no matter what, whether if it's today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, gaps usually get closed. So I do know that the possibility of this gap being closed still exists, and if I want to see price really push to the downside, which I'm still kind of iffy about exactly where this is at, but based off of how that weekly closed last week, I'm actually pretty confident in that. Well, actually not confident. Well, I'll talk about it. But overall, this gap right here, I'm really gonna be still watching for it and seeing what could possibly happen with it, because price could still just keep pushing to the upside for all we know, but based off of the weekly close, I like how the weekly closed. Well, I don't necessarily like it because this is kind of telling me that, the 50 EMA on the weekly just got hit. It left a wick off of there. Price could continue pushing to the downside. Those type of things start popping up in my head, right? But overall, what I want to see is for price to just push down and continue to the upside. Now, however, going on to the 4-hour time frame, I do know that the possibility of price just from here, let's just say from this bullish push to the upside, or here, actually let me do one better and hide that. Let's just say from this bullish push to the upside right here, price can very well price can very well just come all the way down to the 91.133 area and then push to the upside. And the thing about me now is that, okay, if this is let's just say that this isn't the play and the price does end up coming to 90.507, if I get into this trade right here, I run the risk of my stop loss basically almost getting hit. Let's just say, for instance, that I will take a trade off of this, but this is not. Let Let me change this back real quick. There you go. But this is not a trade, a pair that you could trade, right? Unless you have a special broker that has it. But if I were to place a trade on this type of move, then where I would be looking to get in, my stop loss is right there on this type of play. So that's why I'm like, this is now where as a trader I have to take that idea and be like, or hold on, first of all, forgot to widescreen it. But this is where I have to go as a trader and say that, okay, am I gonna want to take a little bit riskier move because of what I'm seeing on the weekly time frame to like maybe take this at a lower risk, or do I want to take it at all, or do I want to wait? Would I rather wait for price to come down to where I'm actually seeing? And that's just depending on what the price action is going on down at this area. That's where I'll make that decision. So I'm watching for both of these 91.133 and 90.500, 90.512 to see if those are going to be potential areas where I'm going to want to buy at, or where I'm going to want to see the DXY turn around. I'm going to go ahead and set an alert on this and down here. And based off of past experience, it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's 50-50, but it's just depending on what type of market it is that this will get this move right here that I'm saying that, price could potentially go bullish at 91.133. Like, I'll say probably 5 times out of 10 or 50% chance that this plays out. And the other 50% chance is that price does indeed come down here, stops me out, and then goes bullish again. So that's why I'm saying that this is questionable for me. But, we'll see what happens, like I said, when price gets there, and we'll see what the price action looks like. We'll see what that looks like, right? So I'm going to go ahead and add an alert here as well. Create. Going over to arbitrage. So arbitrage, I have here that price is called for a buy 2 weeks ago, right? And I wanted the retracement down to this RSI line, and I still do want that retracement. Nothing's changed from that. And if I draw a fib just from this weekly candle, just from the bullish weekly candle to the high, then I can see that the 71% matches up with what I'm looking for. So this also matches up with this setup right here. Basically, it's kind of the same entry. Let me go ahead and actually put where is it? Right here. Crosshair. So you can see that it's almost the same pricing as what I want to see right here. So I'm going to go ahead and use arbitrage, the entry here, and I'm going to go ahead and take that risk. I still have it where I could, like, once price gets down there, and if price gets down there and it's looking like it wants to go into a sell, maybe I'll take that opportunity right there. But this would be for a long-term position. And then if I get price to come down even lower, like how I mentioned over here, that I get it to 90.512, then I'll probably add another position down there. If I'm looking to really take that long-term trade, because this is going to be the setup that I take if price comes down here, like, regardless. I'm not going to take this 90.428, but it's just depending on what's up, And what's going on, Payne? I forgot to say what's up to you when I saw your message. Noalisa, I don't know if I said that right. I hope I did not butcher that, and if I did, I'm so sorry. Alright, so let me go ahead and go on over to the Euro USD. So this was a trade idea that I have, but I was expecting price to push up a little higher. So let me go ahead and push that out the way, and I'll tell you guys what that trade was. But overall, I was saying that I had taken a loss last week, and the loss was, let me go into the lower time frame. I believe it was here. Price had pushed up. I wanted the retracement. I got in at 1.18350-ish, and then price ended up pushing lower. First, it wicked me out. and I was thinking that it was going to go back to the upside, but I never got back in, and the price kept going lower, so that's why it's good to have that intuition. But overall, going to the weekly time frame, let's get a fresh chart up here. I just to see what I had previously. I wanted price to come up to the likes of 1.20477 at that sell box, so remove drawings. Go on to the monthly time frame real quick. Monthly time frame, we have a bearish engulfing candle engulfing this previous bullish candle here. So I'm looking for a retracement before I look to buy on the Euro USD. One thing that I had mentioned that I was watching for was that, okay, once price had dropped down here, we could see some potential rejections at the supply zone, which is exactly what is going on currently. I like the candle that I see on the weekly that's showing me that price is not interested in going bearish right now. It's actually at a swing buy opportunity for me. So if you are bullish, this is for those who have that bullish bias. If you are bullish, these are prices that you might be looking to get into for a long-term buy. Now, that's if you are bullish. I, for one, am not necessarily bullish. I don't, especially if prices did all of that. And let me not talk about it. I'm not bullish right now. I'm not quite bullish on Euro USD, but I do see that this possibility of price going bullish or start to show bullish price action. Let me say that instead. Now let me get this out of here. There we go. So I like how price is rejecting off of here. Price is currently under the 50 EMA, but I just have that as just a reference point. I don't really necessarily use it. But overall, daily time frame, I do see the price push down. Again, same thing with the DXY. If I really take it from the absolute high to the low, price can definitely still push up to 1.21259 and then go lower than that. That is what I was referring to on the. This is like the exact opposite of the DXY. But if you look at on the weekly time frame, you just talk about from this bearish candle here. That, again, if we're talking about this entry and I get in like at 1.20400, then I'm almost at stop loss at that point. But again, regardless, I just want to see price push to the upside. Before I will see that though, let me first put this here. I want to see some price action over here telling me that yes, indeed, that price does look like, oops, not that sell box. I want to see that price is interested in looking for sells. Like if it comes over here and shows me good price action, that is saying yes, I do indeed want to go bearish. I don't want to continue going bullish. Before I would look to buy into it. However, and this is where I talk about arbitrage. Let me just set these. Volume isn't crazy at all with this bullish movement, so I just expect price to just climb up here, realistically. Before I say that, before I keep going, hold on. A move that I would look for a possible entry for a buy. I don't like that retreat. I don't like how that looks regardless, but I would say that 1.18118 or something like that would be a good possibility. And then, yeah, just take it to the 61.8 extension at 1.19400 or something. That's what I would do on the Euro USD if I'm looking for any buy opportunities as of right now. I'm not going to just buy into this right here. However, this will be for me later. However, if I go on over to arbitrage, weekly time frame, we have the sell, but as per usual, what I need to see happen is I need that retest before I start to sell it. So I'm waiting for that on the Euro USD daily time frame. It is very much bearish, so that is one thing that you want to watch out for. 4-hour time frame. Now the 4-hour time frame did call for a sell, so this is what I was talking about. That okay, that was a possible sell. I mean, that was a possible trade idea that played out pretty nicely actually. I wouldn't buy with this candle right here. I would have wanted that to happen once the buy candle played out, but price was just rejecting here, so that played out pretty decently. I think with that again, I probably would still want to see price come down to like 1.18100 for a buy at this point. Euro USD, the 1 hour could be possibly setting up, so that's something that I'll be watching for tonight. I'm gonna look for a short opportunity, and I'll only wait for it once the bar closes for a sell opportunity. I'm pretty sure on the 15-minute or the 30-minute it's already playing out, but again, I'm not gonna play off the 15 minutes or anything like that. But arbitrage users, for those who do have arbitrage, if you would like, you can go ahead and stock that, because I like that possibility. But overall, again, what I want to see, I'm not even the craziest over it, but if I do play it out, I might just give that trade idea, is for price to push to the downside and then continue going bullish, you know. So that is for Euro USD, AUD USD. Alright, so let's see what AUD USD was looking, what I had wanted for it before. I wanted price to push up to 0.76892. Never really got up there. Price went bearish. Oh my goodness. And then it did this bullish move recently. Alright, cool. So let me go ahead and remove everything, because I wasn't even paying attention to AUD USD like that. Okay. So monthly bearish engulfing candle. I like seeing that. I like seeing that monthly bearish engulfing candle on the Australian dollar. Weekly time frame. So I mean, if the DXY, Euro USD, and AUD USD are all having the 50 EMA right next to them, then I'm pretty sure that all the USD pairs are pretty much the same looking. But that's just my opinion. So weekly bearish engulfing candle right here. Price has been consolidating basically. Daily time frame. Hold on. It's the same jazz. It could either be from this. I mean, you can do it from here if you want, but this already did that retracement, so that's why I'm grabbing it from there. Daily time frame. When it comes for bullish opportunity on Australian USD, if I would really try to go for a long-term buy, I still would need price to fall down a lot more before I even try to think about buying. But I'm not even trying to be bullish on AUD USD because it's been bullish for so long. Then I want to see some bears pop up. So with the 4-hour time frame, I mean, not with the daily time frame, like I said, if I was looking for any type of bull opportunities, it's gonna have to be from this recent bullish push, and price has to come back down to like 0.72865. So that's still a good amount of ways to go. I'm still gonna draw it out though, and just have it on the side, and it's just gonna be so that I know it's there. Template demand. Sorry. Okay, get that out of here. Dang, we're getting bombarded with messages on freaking Instagram from my wife. So yeah, anyways, what I really want to see on AUD USD is for price to push up, even if it's not all the way. It's the same issue that I have with Euro USD and the DXY, right? We could see that price could potentially go over there, but from like the actual impulsive drop Like this is where I would expect it to come to 0.76700. So it's just the same thing with Euro USD basically. It's just in AUD USD form. Gonna create both of those, see what it do. And again, once price climbs up, I would be looking for that price action to tell me that, oh, is this gonna go bullish or not. 4-hour time frame, this is not looking like it might do that retracement. It just looks like price is making lower lows. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. It would have to break this to even possibly think about making a turn of oh, instead of it going like change of trend. Sorry, I don't know why I couldn't think of that. But overall, smaller time frame, what I'm really trying to see maybe tonight is for price to push back down 0.74339, then continue going to the upside. That'd be pretty cool. It's broken through this resistance that it was struggling through. And same thing right here. Because if you stretch this to the left, you'll see that the same thing is over there. And same thing with this low. So just wanted to show that real quick. But yeah, 0.74339. If price does end up going down to those levels tonight, I might look to buy AUD USD. So that would be all dependent on how the market plays out. I have a lot of alerts set. Okay, let's go on over to arbitrage. Weekly time frame, or let's go into the monthly time frame. Okay, monthly time frame, very much bullish on Australian USD. I had mentioned that price was rejecting off of this upper danger zone in the monthly time frame, but that's pretty wild. I don't really look at the monthly like that. And Australian AUD USD, I still wanted the price to push up to 0.76416 before I look to buy it. Sell it long term. But overall, with arbitrage, I am definitely bearish overall on AUD USD. I don't like seeing how that the arbitrage pro is just like pointing all the way up like that. So again, this retracement, I'm still looking for it. And I don't even have the full confirmation here yet because, as you can see, the momentum line here hasn't crossed through yet. Once that crosses through, then that would be a little bit more, okay, I'm now more convinced on the sell. So let's see how that plays out. Daily time frame, I didn't even notice that there's a bullish engulfing candle on AUD USD, so that's another good sign to see that price pushing up. 4-hour time frame, it could be potentially setting up for a buy, but I'm not going to look at that right now. I don't really care for how it looks overall. And 1-hour time frame called for a buy, but I would not have gone into that. I might have gone in right here, but that would have just been off of price action alone. But even with price action, that would be, no, I would not have gone into that. So that is for AUD USD. It's going over to USD CHF. Alright, so I had gone into a USD CHF trade that Peyton had talked about. And I had mentioned the same thing on my analysis. I had said that, okay, what I want to see is price push up to the upside. My alert had got caught at 0.92517. You guys can check that out on, I believe I did it on my Tuesday analysis or on my Sunday. You could check either one of those from last week. And got into that sell, and price ended up selling pretty nicely. This was the same. Remember how I said that on Euro USD I had taken a loss? Well, it's because this was the same exact setup just for Euro USD, but Euro USD ended up playing me like a PlayStation. So, all right. So, anyways, that was a really good trade. Went not pretty smoothly because I had a little bit of drawdown. I actually closed here at TP2. I didn't wait for price to hit my TP3, but if I would have got that nice. What am I doing? We just remove all the drawings, dude. All right, monthly time frame on So far, what I wanted to see is mostly just last month's. So bullish engulfing candle, I like seeing that, making the retracement right now. I like that. Weekly time frame. So as I had mentioned, like how many months ago about this move from when price. I remember this. I still remember this loss because this loss hurt me a lot. I'm not gonna lie, but price. I was looking for like price to come over here and reject it, then continue going to the downside. That price kept going up. So price is still making that. It's still making it swing. It's still making this move overall. Like, wait, there we go. From that bullish push retracement, it's still playing out pretty nicely, but it still hasn't hit where, I mean, it's hit. I'm pretty sure if anybody got in at 0.89683, I'm pretty sure if you would have gotten it there, then your stop loss would be at break even at this point. But still, something that can potentially happen is that price still hasn't reached this. This would be the area where like I'd be taking my stop loss at break even. And remember, I had mentioned that that's something that still could possibly happen, but with this weekly candlestick right there, I don't think it will. And I had also mentioned that there could be a potential head and shoulders playing out. Not the greatest looking, but it's a possibility. So taking from that fib, from this to this drop, price came to the 61.8. It's cool and everything, but you guys know I like that 71% more, which is why I say that price coming up to like that 0.93150. I forgot what number I had mentioned just right now, but price still climbing up there could be possible, but it's not going to be likely because of these tweezer tops right here. I mean, I don't know if who wouldn't call that a tweezer tops. It's not really tweezer tops. They're not exactly the same, but that's as close as it's gonna get probably right now at this point. So overall, I do want to see UCHF continue going to the downside a little bit more because I want to see from these lows for price to possibly come to 0.90253 and to continue going bullish. That'd probably be a nice setup for somebody to look for a potential swing opportunity if you weren't able to capitalize off of price coming from down here to up here the first time. I still am confident that USDCHF is going to go bullish, but I need that retracement first before I look to get into any more buys. So, and there are some people, hey, they might have it right here where they're looking for 0.90610, and that is a possibility as well. So again, it's just like every other, it's just like Euro USD, it's just like AD USD, it's just like the DXY. But this is much better because that's just at the 61.8 of this swing move right here that's happened. So gonna be watching that for UCHF for sure. I like that. I like that possibility. The volume, interesting. Anyways, weekly time frame on UCHF. I'm pretty sure it called for a buy over here. Price went bullish after rejecting off of this lower danger zone. I'm still bullish overall, but again, I want price to retrace. So just want that retracement still on the weekly. If the weekly time frame could come in, touch like 0.90636, that'd be dope. Daily time frame, we can see that price is called a buy right here, but this isn't really it's not my thing. It would be my type of trade right here, so I wouldn't even look at the daily right now. 4-hour time frame, it called for a sell. I had wanted this sell previously, then it called for a buy, and then right after it called for a sell again. Damn, that's rough. But that's why once I saw that buy, I would have just left it alone. But I was using technical analysis. That's why I like using both technical analysis and arbitrage. And so for right now, I want to see price retrace naturally. So this could be a possible move on arbitrage. I'm actually going to set this alert for a buy, long, once per bar close, sure, create. And what I would just want to see is this type of play realistically is for price to come down here and come up to 0.92290, and that could be another possible sell entry to take UCHF to the downside. So that's what I'm looking for. So let's see how that plays out. I'm gonna wait for that alert before I even think about trying to buy. I'm not gonna just buy right now because I see, oh, price has made a double bottom. No, because price could just potentially do pay and play, drop, breakout, retest, continuation. There you go. It could just do that instead. So I'm gonna wait for either arbitrage or for that fake out to the downside. And remember, there is a lot of USD news, so gotta watch out for that too. Alright, so that's for UCHF. Let's go on over to the indices. So we have the VIX here. You see, this is exact. I'm not even gonna talk about the VIX. I leave the VIX to Payan. In fact, get out of here. I'm gonna leave the VIX only to you, Payan. But as you guys can see, this is exactly the reason why I've been saying I don't want to trade these indices. Price is just making higher highs. It does like one day of a crash or something like that. Makes it seem as if it's going to keep falling. It doesn't. It just keeps going to the upside. So, I mean, hey. I don't know how some of y'all trade this. Y'all are really the goats for trading this, but I'm good off of this. I mean, if price does a drop like this, it once probably, you know what? This is probably how some of y'all get into trades. In fact, this is exactly how somebody got into here. Saw this high volume after this candle. Price never went any further lower. Retracement, perfect. Like, if I was paying attention to that, I would have caught that for sure. I'm actually hot I didn't catch that. Wow. Okay. But anyways, I'm not interested in the S&P. Everything on here is bullish, so I'm not gonna tell anybody. I'm not gonna tell anybody to look to buy here. It's only making higher highs. What do you want from me? Like, look at this. This is insane. This is really insane. If you would have caught a buy right here, July 20th to 2020, you'd be in crazy profits. It's wild to me. Alright, Dow Jones, same thing. That's why I mentioned that I was even, wow. This came a little lower, would have stopped me out if I try to buy it. But yeah, just making higher highs. Again, I don't know what to say. That's why I don't really want to trade these. But I could see how people can find these buy opportunities to get in them. Because, again, right here, I'm not even going to look at the volume, but just place a fib from the low to the high. Price came to the 61.8. Get an entry right there. Boom. Push to the upside. But it's just, I don't know. It's not for me. And NASDAQ, same thing. It's probably going to go bullish. Here, I don't know where you would have got an entry unless you did it like on the 5-minute, like right here. You would have been like, okay, I'm gonna get the sniper right here. Yeah, probably. This is probably where a lot of people got that entry at, and then they just held it. You could take your profits right there or continue going to the upside. But anyways, that's not me. That's not for me. All those time frames are bullish, so I'm not even gonna waste my time on them. I'm sorry, guys. If you wanted a better NASDAQ analysis, but I keep saying it's just way too bullish. What else would you do other than buy? Like, I wouldn't try to sell it until it has to do something catastrophic for me to believe that the U.S. indices will be bearish. Something catastrophic would have to happen at this point for me to be like, okay, now I'll look for sales. At this point, or not catastrophic, but like maybe short-term sells, but even that's just super risky. Anyways, USDMXN, I'm liking the play I'm liking what it is doing. It's still, this play that I have here is still is if hey let's say that if you would have taken a buy at 19.94323, you're still in losses, but you're not in that much. You're not in that deep of losses, right? And so price had gone bullish and made this retracement. Let's just say that if I'm taking it from this low to this high, price is currently all in my swing area. Swing area, because this is the 4-hour time frame, and if I were to buy this, it would take a couple of days to play out probably. But if I were to take it from this low to this high, then it's barely at the 61.8, and it did come and tap the 71% and 19 point. Wait, hold on. It came all the way down to. It opened up with a gap actually. Oh no, it didn't. Yes, it did. I lied. Right here, it opened up right here. So, but anyways. It opened up at 19.84320, which was very close to down here, but still. I mean, for a long-term buy, I mean, I'm not against trying to get into USD Mexican. I'm not going to lie to anybody. For a long-term buy, it's a good possibility. I would probably set my stop loss like at 19.70714 or lower, like 19.68800. That sounds good for a stop loss for a long-term buy. But that's about it, personally. 1 week time frame, it's still showing that it's bearish, but price is still holding at this lower danger zone. So I still do think that price can go bullish. Not liking the daily time frame right here, giving that wick right there. I hate seeing that. 4-hour time frame, I don't like seeing how that looks either. It looks like a breakout is going to happen on this 4-hour time frame. And the 1-hour time frame is not looking bullish either. So hey, I'd probably stay away from USD Mexican because it's still giving mixed signals. Oh, I definitely need a new chart on this. Oh no. I'm not even gonna look at it because I wasn't even trying to trade gold last week. All right, so gold monthly. Oh wow. Yeah, I'm so bearish on gold. I'm still so bearish on gold after seeing this monthly candle close like this. Weekly time frame, I still do want to see the retracement from let's just say from the absolute high of 1915.800 to 1750.392. I would still want to see 1867.838 get hit for a continuation to the downside. And, 1648 would be my next target for a lower low because we have just been steadily falling. And after seeing this weekly candle, this is the biggest weekly this is the biggest weekly bearish candle out of all these candles over here. So I'm not necessarily bullish on gold. Now, however, I do see from this buy move right here, and I had mentioned this how long ago, like about a couple weeks ago, that price did reject off of the 61.8, never came to the 71%, and is going bullish. But again, look where I want to see price go to make that push to the downside. So if price does indeed come to 1858 and it starts to show that rejection, you guys know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that I'm looking for that push to the downside. So here we go. My dog is barking. There we go. So sell box on gold. However, I do know that, hold on, let me just go ahead and put this out here. I do know, however, that this possibility exists as well, where price can just come up over to like 1844 or 1858, 1869. If you're looking from this immediate bearish push, then hey, that's actually where I'm looking to sell at. So let's sell together. How about that? Let's sell together and put some pressure on the market. I'm just playing. Us retail traders don't have that much power in the market. So anyways, yeah, I'm still bearish on gold. I still want to see it pushed to the downside. But as of right now, with current price action, what I would want to see, let me get rid of this actually, is, I mean, let me go into the 4-hour time frame. This isn't a bullish, impulsive move by any means necessary. It's very choppy when well, not choppy. It's just like a retracement. But if I were to look for a buy possibility to try to get into a buy to get into this retracement move overall, I'd have to get in like at 1769.447, and I would look to take it to these highs. So that's what I would love to see on Mr. Goldilocks. Let me go ahead and take a look at arbitrage real quick. Go ahead and go into the monthly time frame, see what that looks like. Very bullish, so there's no need for me to even look at it. Daily time frame, we have a buy going. I mean, a weekly time frame, we have a buy going on here, but that's only because price is, like, the compass line is slightly above. Let me go closer so you guys can see it. Because price is slightly above the RSI line, but hey, like I said, I want to see price go bullish to make a retracement regardless, but I don't really care for how RB looks right there. Gold on the daily time frame is still very much bearish. Bounced off of the lower danger zone, so gonna wait for that. 4-hour might be setting up for a potential sell. So, like, again, if I could get that sell, it probably, or it's not probably, this is the exact play that I want for price to push to 1770 or 1769, wherever, and then push to the upside. That'd be ideal. Right at the lower danger zone, so that'd be pretty awesome. And the 1-hour time frame looks terrible because it's just consolidating. All right, let's go on over to Bitty Bitcoin. Everybody's favorite crypto. No, I'm joking. All right, so I did a little analysis on the cryptos last week, saying that if price comes down to these lows, I wanted price to come down to 32,000. That I wanted to see it push to the upside, and it bounced off the 61.8, so that's cool to see. I'm not changing anything on the cryptos though. There's just been so much consolidation going on with them. When you look on the weekly time frame, I have so much stuff over here. Hold on. Let me get rid of these things individually. I'm not gonna delete this chart, like I said. I'm still waiting for that. So daily time frame, we just have had a lot of consolidation going on over here, which is pretty, I'm still very much bullish on cryptos. I still want to see the cryptos go bullish, but I don't like seeing that consolidation going on right there. It's not giving me much information to play off of. So again, just let's see what happens if price comes back up to these highs at like 39,000 and 40,000. Once this breaks, that would make me more confident that, okay, yes, the cryptos are going to keep going bullish. But as of right now, not really. Ripple. Well, hold on. Actually, let me go into the lower time frames. Let me not play this. Let me not play it off. Yeah, even these, like, all of this volume is just very, very low volume. The volume picked up right here. I don't have anything for the cryptos right now, that's okay for me to not have anything. I don't see anything clear cut other than what's already played out, and I'm just going to have to wait for it. I mean, yes, I do see, oh, well, what about this bearish push to the downside? I mean, hey, if you want to take that buy, go ahead. If you want to take that sell, go ahead. It doesn't look that bad, except with this big bullish candle right there. But that could have been a stop hunt, and price could definitely push to the downside right now as we speak. So, but again, I'm not really necessarily seeing that as what I want to get into. I want to get into a higher quality play, So, Let's going over to arbitrage 1 hour time frame. That doesn't look that great. Daily time frame has been rejecting off of this lower danger zone, but has still yet to call for a buy. The 4 hour doesn't look that great either. So again, guys, if I don't have a clear cut place to go right now. 5-minute time frame is still holding under the weekly. RSI line is gonna close in 5 minutes. It's hard for me to want to be bullish on Bitcoin, but I like the weekly candle how it's about to close though. I really like how it's about to close. I don't like the blue candle on it, but let's see what happens. Ripple, I had mentioned the same thing. It never came even remotely close to my desired entry. But again, it's just been consolidating for the past couple of days now. Not even the past couple of days, just overall, it's just been consolidating like a lot. So, price not breaking above 72 cents, 73 cents, that's what really bothers me at this point. And I would just, again, at this point, just don't try to trade anything on MT4 at least. I would just try to, if anything, like invest in these. I mean, 63 cents. People were still trying, again, and I say this quite often, people were still trying to buy this at $2 at $1.92. So now that price is at 63 cents, you trying to buy it or not? that's just my thought process of it all. Weekly time frame, holding under that RSI line. I don't like seeing that for a potential buy. I want to see this above for potential buys. Daily time frame has not called for that buy yet. So, guys, and this is exactly why I have arbitrage sometimes as an edge, because if I'm not really confident in anything on both technical analysis and arbitrage, I'm just gonna leave the pair all the way alone until I see something better. You know. Let's go on over to, hold on. Let me go over to Ethereum. I mentioned the same thing on Ethereum, that since price had rejected off of this supply zone and it dropped down, I was saying that, hey, maybe price could come down to 1904 before going bullish. Price didn't even come remotely close to that, and the volume is non-existent. So again, I'm just waiting it out, not trying to touch the cryptos. Daily time frame is still holding under that 50 EMA, not a good sign to me. Weekly time frame, I still have these long-term targets that I'm looking at. If price does indeed fall, I am still looking at those 1741, 1344, 1016 possible dollar cost average entries. No cap. Like, if I can get those, that'd be fire. So that's what I'm looking at for Ethereum. So, like, nothing's really changed on that for me. Weekly time frame. Weekly time frame, same thing. It doesn't look like it's gonna go bearish quite yet, but the RSI line is trying to set up for it to look like that. So watch for it. The daily time frame never called for the buy, and so therefore not gonna try to get into a buy on the daily. 4 hour time frame, not quite there yet. It's called for that sell, and what I mean by not quite there yet is that if price would have dropped a little lower, then maybe I would probably look for a buy, but I wouldn't play that right now. And yeah, 1 hour time frame is just, again, guys, these cryptos, I wouldn't try to trade them on MT4 on margin. They're not the best looking. Like, you guys know how I usually get down. If they look good, I'm gonna take them, but they are not looking good, so I'm not gonna take them. 117.84 on Litecoin would be my play for me to possibly get into a buy, and if price drops anywhere lower than $103, then I am officially super bearish on the cryptos. On Litecoin, I should say. And same thing, 1 hour time frame, no clear direction really. 4 hour time frame, it looks like it might have wanted to try to go bullish, but no clear direction there as well. It's more bearish than bullish. Daily time frame, it's holding at this lower danger zone, but it's never called for a buy. And weekly time frame, if I'm not mistaken, price is under the RSI line, and it looks like it might have even done a break a retest right there. So not really looking for that. Doesn't look really good for any type of buy opportunities for like one of them. So going over to GU. I had mentioned this last week. I was so nonchalant about it. I wish I would have paid more attention to it. I had said that, okay, I like seeing that bullish push on GU, the retracement. Price had did a lot of consolidating right here. That's even more of the reason why I never paid attention to it. But then it went bullish, and now it's currently at these equal highs. So that's a play that I missed. Let's go over to the weekly time frame. So weekly time frame, still have this major zone that I'm still leaving up there. Weekly, I like this bearish candle. I still love seeing this bearish engulfing candle. Makes me really think that price is going to go bearish. But I did say that I could still potentially see buy opportunities right here. And what do you know? Price was rejecting, as mentioned. But I still want to see this retracement go on. I still want to see the same retracement, just like with every other USD pair. Either A, from that high to this low, 1.41015, or that's the retracement I'm speaking on. I'd want to see this play out, or I want to see this play out, whereas it's from this drop right here to this retracement, which should be at 1.40176. And you know, whichever one of those I really see good price action, or I see better signs of a potential sell, that's where I would take either one of those sells at. But nowhere further or nowhere closer than those two. However, for price to go bullish and go up over there, this is what I'm looking for at this point. Price is already making that move, so I can't even say that anymore. I've already missed it at this point. Weekly time frame, like I mentioned, I am still looking for this bearish push, but I would want to see retracement of some sort happen first before that happens. We'll talk about that right now. So bullish push. I like that bullish engulfing candle on the daily. 4-hour time frame. Price had called for a sell. Price ended up dropping a little lower, but then called for a buy. But I would not play that. Let me get off this 1 hour that I had mentioned the other day. Ooh, there we go. And the 1 hour is just extremely bullish. So again, I probably would just end up playing something like this. I don't think price is going to stop here. I think price is just going to keep going up. So just rather play that rather than do anything else on GU. Alright, GA. So GA had broken me even after hitting my take profit 1. But that's all good. Never make a never make a winning trade a losing trade. And so right now I'm just really GA is such a trip, but I was mentioning that I want to see that if price was what price was going to do once it broke through here. Price is above that, and now I don't want to even trade it. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen with it next. I mean, I could say that from this high or whatever, yada yada yada, price could still come up to 1.98500, which is definitely a possibility, but I'm not gonna place a trade and wait for that long. No, thank you. I'm good. So even I have my restraints when it comes to those type of trades. Like, I'm like, nope. So first of all, what is going on here with this? What happened here? So price opened at 1.85636. And it looks like this candle closed at 1 point. That's weird. Anyways, that's really weird. This is the candle that the market opened up at. But then the very next candle, it opened up here. That's weird. That's really weird right there. But anyways, GA, I'm not even gonna try to sell it, bro. Like, I'm just leaving it alone at this point. It probably is just gonna. I do see a sell possibility right here. It's just that there's nothing that shows that this is what's gonna play out, except for decreasing volume as prices increasing. So I'm just gonna leave GA alone. It's not really my type of trade. And same thing. Look, if I were to try to sell this, the buy is about to be called very shortly. So hey, thank goodness I didn't try to sell GA. Whether if it was last week or this week, it's been bullish. So just gotta leave it on. Looks like this is gonna play out from this buy that was called back in May. Looks like that's what's gonna happen. So let's go on over to GJ. Alright, so GJ has came back into this zone that I was mentioning that I was waiting for it to come back up to before I try to sell it or anything like that. So daily time frame. I'm not really caring to try to sell this because of this bullish engulfing candle right after. It just looks like the GBPs are going to keep going. So I'm not going to play this play. What I will wait for is... Honestly, I don't even like how this looks. And I do see that it just looks like it might be rejecting off of here. So I'm probably just going to have to wait for some lower time frame stuff to go on. Because going up against that daily... bullish engulfing candle, and then seeing that wick right there, it only makes me think that price is just going to keep going bullish. And also, from this low to this high, I did not see that price had rejected off of the 71%. So, I mean, at this point, I'm really not going to try to trade this until it probably gets up to like 154.429. Then I will see what it does there. But until then, I'm good off of EG. Off of GJ. I'm not going to really trade off of the GBP pairs for a little bit. See what they do before I make a decision if I want to trade them at all this week. Yeah. It's just not my cup of tea. And same thing with your GBP. It's just been up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Price went bullish 60 pips from when I had mentioned that if anybody would have wanted to get that into that buy. That was, and then price, I was thinking of trying to get into this, but I was like, you know what? No, I'm just going to leave it alone. It's Friday, and I made a good decision because I would have been stopped out, or or I would just be at break even, or not a break even, or I would be at drawdown. So again, with these GB pairs, I'm really not going to try to trade anything off of them. This is a possibility for sure for a swing opportunity. 71% fib off of this bullish move. But I'm going to leave it alone because of this weekly time frame. Off of this weekly candle right here. I'm not even going to try it. Until I see some better price action. And until arbitrage gives me some better reasons why I would want to buy it, which the 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, the weekly are all being bearish. Until I get some better reasoning why I would want to buy it, I'm good off of these GBP pairs. So, other than that, does anybody have any other pairs or questions they want to ask before I get out of here? I'm looking at the playback and I'm like, yo, the delay is real. The delay is mad real. Alright, well, if that's the case, let me see what EU's talking about. Just gonna go over these until I get a possible answer. Nothing? Alright, well, if that's the case, dang, tacos. Alright, if that's the case, well, I'll go ahead and let everybody go. Thank you for checking out my analysis, y'all. I do appreciate it. And let's go ahead and make some money this week. And I'll see those who are in next wave. I'll see y'all in next wave.